I'm Gary Felton in the wonderful Country Club Gudenhof near Vienna in Austria. This is the Gary Felton Golf School. I have my TrackMan set up, I have my iPhone here, and I just want to go through for the third Gary Felton Golf Show a really important point, and that's attack angle on the golf ball. Now, since I've got the TrackMan, I've learned that the attack angle on the ball is one of the most important things to create consistency and length. Two things that I'm sure you people out there really want to achieve. Same goes for me. So what I'm going to do here is just show you, try and keep it as brief as possible, how the spine angle and the tilt of the spine affects the attack angle, and how the attack angle affects your length of shot and the consistency of strike on the ball. Now, basically speaking, when we're hitting an iron, we want to be hitting down with a 7-iron around about 4 degrees, between about 2 and 4 degrees is great, but anything around 4 degrees is perfect. This is coming from tour statistics and statistics from better players who are obviously more consistent. So, I think you will know that you need to be hitting down on the ball, and that hopefully to be hitting a good drive you need to be hitting up on the ball. Now, we managed to do that because we have the ball differently positioned. So if I'm hitting up on the ball, I'll position myself. So I'm sure you've seen tour pros doing that. And what happens here is my sternum is actually the middle of the golf swing, and it's also the point where my body, club better said, will hit the ground. So if I'm leaning too much here, I'll hit in the ground, or too much up on the ball. If I'm leaning here, if I don't compensate, I'll hit too much down on the ball or fall back and hit up on the ball again. So what I like to see, it's very simple. Set up, get yourself a nice setup, and just with the irons, let your hips go a little bit to the left if they want to. Position yourself that the left eye is in the middle of the body with an iron. Now, most people, because it's more comfortable, tend to stand a little bit too much this way. Now, if I make a swing on the ball from here, I'm likely to fall back and hit very much up on the ball, which isn't okay with an iron. Just do that one more time. Can you see what happened there? Now, the ball now didn't take off. I was hitting up on the ball at about 7 degrees. That's not great. Up on the ball, I need to be hitting down between 2 and 4 degrees. So the opposite would be this. I'm setting up, I've learned from somewhere that I have to stand a little bit like this. Watch what happens now. I've hit now miles behind the ball. I've hit up on the ball. The deepest point of swing was over here, and I've hit up on the ball. Just have a look at the numbers there. Yeah, 7 degrees again. Yeah, 7.3 degrees. Not good, not good. And I know a lot of you guys struggle with consistency of hitting the ball with the woods, with the irons, the same on the same day. I'm sure you've all experienced that. So now I'm going to make the correct setup. I'm going to make a little test just to check that the left eye is pretty much in the middle of the body. Now I'm just going to make a swing a little bit slower than you usually swing. Just going to hit one more there, that wasn't great. That was a nice shot, and I've hit down on the ball 3.6 degrees. Okay, so that's pretty good. I like to be a little bit steeper than that, but I was hitting down on the ball. Okay, so that's the irons. Now with the woods, I really don't want to be hitting down on the ball. Now, this stick, by the way, is here for a reason. I'll tell you afterwards why. I think a lot of you, without realising, hit down on the ball also with the woods. And what I see very often is somebody standing to the ball, low tee, ball's pretty well positioned, maybe a bit more in the middle than it should be, with a straight stance, or straight upper body. Now I'm going to make a slightly slower swing than usual, and watch what happens here. Okay, just check the numbers on that. Okay, now I've hit down on the ball almost 6 degrees because I was standing incorrectly. The ball carried 135 meters. Well, quite a long way. It's gone about 162 meters there because I hit down. Now, what I want to show you is the difference with the same club speed, a higher tee, and a correct setup. Now, what I'm testing here is left ear or left cheek, middle of the body. Your hips can go a little bit forward if you struggle getting your weight across. Now, watch this position now. Now, slightly overdid that for you. Let's have a look at the distance, which is also interesting. Okay, now that one's flown 175 meters and it's rolled out to just over 200 meters, which is better than before. The swing speed, let's have a look there, it's pretty much the same as the last swing, and all I changed was the setup. I didn't swing any harder, I didn't need to, we don't need to. I had the ball a bit higher. It's going to feel a little bit weird from here with the drive if you're not used to it, but what it creates is good geometry. It means I can hit up on the ball, and with the irons I need to be hitting down on the ball. And to be honest, most of that has to do with the setup, but there's one other issue and I want to show you what that is. If you struggle from the fairway to hit clean shots, that means nice divots, ball and then divot, just get my iron, it probably means you're moving off the ball. Now what I mean by that, and that's why I've had the stick here, if I have a good setup and move my swing centre too far away from the ball and then stay there, look where I hit into the ground or I top the ball, I'm overdoing it so you can see it. And it's a hard thing to feel. So if you're doing that, this exercise here, I'm a big feedback fan. I love to give my pupils feedback so they know what they're working on and if they're practicing correctly. Watch what happens now. Have a ball underneath the stick here. I'll put a video directly on that later so you can see how I set up. Now I have a ball here, I have a ball on a tee, and what I'm now doing is not watching the ball I want to hit but the ball in front, and if I move off the ball I see that the ball's perspective moves away from the stick. So what I'm going to do now is simply get my nice setup, left eye, middle of the body. I'm not watching the ball I want to hit, I'm watching the ball here just to see, no, it moved away. So during the swing I was watching the second ball. Now if I do that, I know if I move my head. I'm learning by watching the other ball. And don't worry, you will hit the ball. A lot of people are a bit disturbed when they do this. It's a great way to practice, it's simple. If you set up and you're not moving too much off the ball, then you're going to start hitting ball and then turf. Just a little bit of grass, no big divots, not necessary. Hitting ball and then the turf. So that was Gary Felton Golf Show. A bit shorter than my last ones. The key is here, practicing with feedback, stick to make sure you're centered. And this very simple thing, it's very simple. Left ear with the driver, ball's more left. Ball's pretty central with the 7-iron, left eye, middle of the body. That's a hitting down, about 2 to 4 degrees is great. Driver up to 5 degrees up will give you your maximum length. So that's it from me for today. I'm going to be doing lots during the autumn if it stays this nice. Have a great golfing day. Hope you shoot your best score ever and see you soon. Bye for now.